So, good evening. It's been a while. I did this. We're doing this after shoveling for 2 hours. Let's do this. Been playing this all weekend. At first glance, when I started, I was like, it's not Dragon Quest monsters. I mean, treasures. Treasures had more of a depth of a story. Capturing monsters were easy, and I really love Dragon Quest treasures. The story, you actually cared for it. You actually cared for it. Story in this one so far, your mom died and you're going to get vengeance on your father, who is the monster wrangler, hunter, handler of the whole world. And you want to get back at him and kill him. That's the story. I'll be honest, characters like these two guys, I don't even know their name. Every time there's a cutscene, I barely listen to it. I'm like, bah. Story wise, it's not for me. But gameplay wise, at first I wasn't. The Square Enix are doing their Pokemons. I'm whining about this game, but I love it so much. I don't care about the story. I got like 15, 16 hours in, just grinding monsters after monsters, having a blast. It's original, it's fun. It looks so simplistic when you start it and you play it. And even in the fights, you can't select the move you're fighting. You can do auto battles to finish the fights even faster. But I would suggest don't do auto battle when you're fighting a boss battle or a large monsters. As always, the world, there's open worlds, different ones. I would say I'm about 8, 9 different ones right now. And they have seasons. And you can collect the monsters, the different monsters throughout the seasons. The collecting is very important. Collect everything you can, but it's really hard. You gotta have your characters, gotta have more strength and wisdom. Very important to do the capture thing, or you won't capture anything. I'm sorry. Trying to wake up for this video. The capturing thing is as an art. It's really complicated to me, and I finally figured it out. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna use these 4 basic monsters. You have small monsters and you have large monsters, and you have semi-large and small. How to explain the semi-large and small? When you're having fights, like in Pokemon, the monsters run after you and then you go into a battle sequence. But sometimes, some of the monsters, you can see them. They're larger than the other 2. Trying to snatch that one, because then there's the whole monster collecting thing. You have to collect everything you see. I'm telling you that the empty armor, shiny armor one is very important. It's important to collect everything because the fun part of the game, eventually in the basement, you unlock the synergy office where you can have a mom and dad or parent monster, and you have them put together and they make a baby. Yeah. So that's the fun part. It's to collect all the monsters and combine them. Believe me, if you only use the monster as is, they don't upgrade as fast, and they're never as good as the ones that you build. You're forced to build monsters, and it's really fun. The story, it's okay. But the whole building monster thing, give me a second, somebody's screaming. We gotta close the door. The whole monster collecting thing, it's priceless. The whole parent to monster, it's original, it's fun, it's priceless. I don't think we had that in Treasures, but man, it's so much fun. My whole team, like I started like the first 10 hours or 8 hours, I was just using the basic monsters. I was like, man, the upgrade sucks. Then after a while, when you combine 2 parent monster and you do the synergy and you create monsters, you have way more. You can pick the pat upgrades for all of them, and you can select. They give you 6 and you can select 3. Be mindful to select the ones that will boost your attack power or wisdom or MP energy. The ones that upgrade the stats on your monster, always select one of those, because having wisdom and strength higher will make you better at catching larger monsters, because catching larger monsters is really hard. Well, I'm going back to the point. Well, the semi-small monsters and a large one, when you put the two parents one in together, you can have a large monster baby. And I've yet to capture just one large. I defeated a couple of them. But yeah, just like Pokemon, you want to weaken them, sometimes feed them. Then you toss in the scout. Then you have a capture rate, ratio, whatever the strength of the wisdom of your team, trying to boost up all your characters. And you shouldn't have a problem, but it's still so challenging to capture monsters. Really fun. Let's say you have a boss, or in that world, once you defeat him, the whole ratio kind of builds up also in that world. So you have a better capture rate after defeating the main boss of that world. But yeah, it's priceless. Must have grinded like 4 of my monsters going back and forth into a stairwell and fighting monsters down, up, down, till they get to level 26 to defeat a boss. Because you gotta grind. Some of those bosses are really hard and you gotta grind. But I have discovered that's once you use the synergy and make monsters, like couple monsters, like create your own monsters, you're way stronger and it's easier to defeat the boss. Way more upgrades also. So the whole synergy, creating monsters, collecting monsters, Pokemon we love. It is hard to collect them all. And this one is really hard to collect them, to me. And it's priceless. They did their own thing. And it's very fun. A lot of grinding, a lot of hours. Like I said, I'm 16 hours in the campaign. Just doing that. Having a blast, just going. Like, I can't wait to unlock another world in the story, to go and grind that world, to fight level higher monsters so I can upgrade my monsters. You know what I mean? Like, but the story-wise, I can't wait to see if he eventually fights his dad and kills him and stuff. But yeah. And did his dad kill his mom? So yeah, that's it. Must buy, must own. It's to me, it's a masterpiece. The story, like I said, it's meh. The character, you don't care, but the whole collecting and grinding and mashing monsters and fine-tuning them. I made this armor guy, man. He has a double attack. I made this hard-shelled turtle. Every time it gets attacked or they step on it, it attacks back, and it has insane defense. You can do a reverse search on the monsters you collected, so you can see which ones you can match to have a stronger, different monster. The reverse search allows you to see what you can create. So just go in there, collect every single monster you see. If you like a Pokemon type of game and collecting monsters and the grind, it has I don't know why, but the open world has a Xenoblade Chronicles type of vibe. The large monsters are really tough. Eventually, you'll be able to fight them off. But yeah, I don't know if we can capture those large ones. Like the boss large ones, in all the maps they have one. They're really tough. Like the first level is a Cyclop. Anyways, if you don't believe me, I think you can play the demo. It's the beginning of the game. It's 2 hours. Totally worth it. It looks so simplistic and stupid at first when you play it. Like, man, what is this? But it's amazing. So, I'm done with that. We got a couple of more to go. See you soon. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up.